Welcome, angry faithful, to the What the Hell Friday episode where we talk political or stuff that we found interesting on the internet. And it might be, interesting. And the main topic of today is the JP Morgan scandal. It is so hilarious. Uh, I we'll just begin with what I got as a of start of this. As of May 2026, JP Morgan is facing intense scrutiny and public backlash streaming from an exposed through high contexts sexual harassment lawsuit, along with ongoing political, regulatory, and crypto related legal battles. Here's the breakdown why people are currently upset with the bank. The biggest source of imminent outrage is the lawsuit filed late April 2026, alleging that a senior female executive, Laura Hygen, subject a junior male banker to months of sexual abuse, drugging, and harassment. Now, this is just the allegations of the male. The junior baker, identified as John Doe, which we found out what his actual name is, claimed he was coerced into non-consensual acts. He had his drinks spiked with drugs and was subject to racial slurs against his wife. The retaliation claims the lawsuit allegations that after reporting their abuse internally in 2025, the junior banker was placed on leave and locked out of the system, while the executive faced no immediate consequences. So the female didn't get anything on her. JP Morgan denied the allegations, starting an internal investigation, found no evidence of wrongdoing, and that the accuser failed to cooperate fully with their investigation. The lawsuit was later retracted for concerns amid report of the accuser's allies call it fabricated, with media figures like Joe Rogan calling it a scam. However, the severe of the initial claims and the banker's handling of the initial complaints have been created a massive scandal. So, yeah. And let me show you. That's not what I meant. Let me get this up. This is the woman that is allegedly. Let me see if I can get this up here. Without destroying anything. There we go. And this is the two plaintiffs. She, right here, is the sexual assaulter against this guy right here, which he's married to an Asian wife. We can't get fully into this only because of what has been said and the legal battle still going on. The thing about this and why it made the news and why it was publicized is because JP Morgan has been getting 500,000 applicants to be the woman's executive assistant because she's banging. She looks gorgeous. And she has a nice body. So yeah, that's reason why the JP Morgan scandal in the title. What do you got to say to that, Bill?
Sounds good to me.
Let me see if I can get a Because
I'm having issues today, everyone, and kind of a little bit worried. My main camera I use fizzled out, and that is why I'm looking weird today. This is a last minute substitute, so I'm a little frazzled at well, what's going to happen? I don't have some huge budget here, so
no, we don't have huge budgets. I'm trying to get a big photo of what she looks like.
who?
The woman. I'm trying to get a better photo.
Let me see if I can get a picture of the woman.
I'm trying to get a little bit. There we go. Here's a better picture of her. Dang it, Alda. There we go. But that's her. Okay. So I can understand why they're getting like hundreds of thousands of applicants to be her executive assistant.
By the way, you don't want to just look up the woman and do an image search in Start Page. Just a tip. You said you were looking for a picture of the woman, so I searched for the woman. Oh, no.
Bill, I constantly amazed that you don't have like a person that's right next to you at all times, making sure like a guardian angel, but like a guardian, because half the time I think you're mentally challenged. Anyways,
no, my guardian angel hates me.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I think I'm it. Another thing in the news that I didn't put in the notes, it just came up in my feed. Alberta.
Next.
This is a presidential permit authorizing the Bridger pipeline, sir. This is a transborder pipeline similar to the old Keystone XL pipeline. It'll significantly expand our ability to move oil around North America, oil and gas around North America. It's a huge deal in terms of long-term energy dominance and energy security.
Slightly different than the last administration.
Very different from last
They
administration.
wouldn't sign a pipeline deal, and we have pipelines going up. And by the way, they're way underground. They're not a problem. Nobody even knows they're there. It's so crazy, but they wouldn't approve anything having to do with the pipeline, and they're great. As opposed to trucking it or training it, they're great. A lot of jobs, too. A lot of jobs.
So basically, what that is Trump has approved a 500,000 BPD Behringer pipeline that's going from Alberta to Montana to Wyoming. If the U.S. can open the doors for Alberta energy while Canada keeps closing them, it's another reason why Alberta will become independent and control its own future. And I got that from Rise of Alberta. What do you think about that, Bill? Because I know you have an opinion for Alberta and everything.
Well, they have just actually approved an expansion of the current pipeline to the coast, not a new one. And the last I heard, she is still considering redoing Keystone XL, but they got really burned on that.
Yeah, because someone stole an election, and
they had already spent a shit ton of money on it.
Yeah,
on the Canadian side. On the Canadian side.
Yeah.
Now, we aren't going to get detailed into the topic, but this is interesting. Mr. Wonderful is Kevin O'Leary is building a massive data centers in Alberta, and I had thought that they had been canceled, put on indefinite hold due to regulatory issues. And I saw a new one he's building in Utah, And I thought, I said, hey, what about his one in Canada? Are those shut down? Oh, no, they just got approval. And I think he might have kind of got a where they're going to get revenue from it, the First Nations. They're the ones that have always been, no, you can't mess up the land. So I'm going to have to dig into that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
What do you think about what happened last Saturday when we almost had a Sunday episode about the assassination attempt on the president?
Well, I think in general, liberals are so screwed up. And what that is members of the press were caught swiping and literally chugging bottles of alcohol like a college frat party after the shooter was apprehended at the DC dinner. But and they slandered Cash and other conservative members all through the media. But then they do this kind of shit.
One next to you. Tragically, we've covered shootings, we've covered all sorts of scary and terrible events, but it's not often where you have a loved one next to you in that moment. Tragically, we've covered shootings, we've covered.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was one of the ridiculous things I've seen. Dude, do you have the? Let me see if I have the one where the guy was just eating.
that must have been such a good salad.
It was potato salad.
Was it?
Yeah, it was macaroni and salad. Let's see here. Yeah, I have like a laundry list of videos all from X from that whole entire night that I was just saving so much. And it was ridiculous. What do you think about Jimmy? Yeah, here we go. Let me see.
Oh, that slime ball?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. What do you think? And we'll get into the other thing. What do you think about Jimmy Kimmel like days before? And it's like, what do you think about that?
He needs to be gone.
I'm against it. Wasn't it bad taste? Yes. Could it been true? Could he be truthful of what he said about it being a joke about the age difference? Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing. Everybody wants to preach First Amendment until it's First Amendment against the people that you like. It's still First Amendment. Do I disagree of the joke? Yeah, kind of. It was kind of poor taste, but that's just my opinion. And I want everybody to understand that. It's just my opinion. Was it in poor taste? Yes. Do I think that they should do the stuff that they're doing right now and weaponizing the FTA or what's this? What do you call it?
DEA?
No. Television broadcasting thing.
FCC.
FCC. They shouldn't do the FCC and use it as weaponizing it. Like I said, it's First Amendment. But here's another thing. If you don't like his stuff, don't go after, ABC or anything like that. I mean, there's different ways around that. And that's by, hey, use your pocketbook. Don't go to Applebee's and talk to the CEO of Applebee's. Email them. I will not be going to your facility anymore, other than the fact that I don't like Applebee's that much.
That is really expensive for a small portion. Every time I say, well, let's give it another chance, that's a waste.
The only time frame to go to Applebee's is there like in August when they have like $1 mixed drinks. You can get messed up at Applebee's then. But email Applebee's is saying, hey, we're boycotting you because of your supporting of Jimmy Kimmel show. Guess
Well,
what's-
there's a difference between FCC, the broadcast standards, versus cable. They can be a more stringent on broadcast, and I put that as exciting violence. And I have a minute example of inciting violence. Shall you see it?
Go ahead, Bill.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism.
We are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
Country. We are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over this country as a fascist dictator.
When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, said, no one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Yeah. That's
And that pretty much I don't remember exactly what was in it, but I'll bet you that was close to the manifesto of the shooter.
yeah. That was the thing about him, and we're not gonna do the his little memento. But yeah, it's ridiculous saying this because since 2016 and today, the day here, we had Russia collusion. We've had everything that they have tried to throw at him. I mean, he has 34 felonies because they didn't want him in office.
And he only still has those because they kept delaying the sentencing because you can't appeal it until after the sentencing. So
Yeah.
they didn't want him to appeal it before he took office. Then they could continue the talking point.
Yeah. Right now, having politicians, and yes, there is several politicians that are going out there saying that they need to get rid of the president by force, which use your vote. I don't care who you vote for, but use your vote. There's too many stupid people out there to say something that blatantly.
But let's make the vote a little bit more fair.
Oh, yes. Are you talking about the whole Supreme Court ruling from this week?
Yeah, awesome. What I've heard everywhere from 15 to 20 maybe seats that we might gain. So and then who knows, Virginia's might get thrown out.
Here's the problem with that right now. The problem that we have right now, and you're going up and going, oh, we're probably going to get, unless we get the gas prices down to from $4, what it is right now during the midterm, he's got until, I'd say he has until July. Once we hit July and we can bounce back. Now, the reason why it's so high right now is because OPEC is still setting the prices. Guess what happened this weekend with OPEC? Please tell me you even watched the news, Bill.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that was a question, but my my next statement was going to be, and I just saw this an hour ago and didn't get to look into it. Is Venezuela has left OPEC?
Yeah, Venezuela is just the recent one. A lot of them are leaving OPEC, and they're going private. Which, in my opinion, OPEC's a freaking monopoly. They shouldn't be judging how much. From what the UAE said, is they're wanting to overproduce and keep the price of oil right around about $100. And we went over this a couple of weeks back of how much money we don't have. We could do it for, it would suck for the oil people that work the lines and everything, but it would be like they can get the barrels, I think $35 to $40 a barrel here in the United States by how they do the processing and everything. Because it's new technology that you got to watch Landman to see some of the new processing of how they like change pipes and everything. It's mostly automated, which is safer for them. So, yeah, dude. I looked into it after I watched that episode. I was like, no, it can't be. Yeah, it's getting more now. The robotics and everything to do these jobs, they're expensive, but $1 billion a year, you can probably afford it. But it would take time to get it all set up, and you still have the maintenance crew to actually work on those things. But that's
Searching.
But that's the thing.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. But that's the thing about the oil prices. It's all OPEC that's making the prices. Right now, oil, how much? There we go. Right now, it is barrel of crude oil is 108 per barrel. And like I said, OPEC is the high one to actually set the prices. Now, Venezuela is still not Venezuela, but Iran is still a problem. And it's the same thing that everybody's saying is like, oh, we can't get a deal done because Iran isn't prepared. No, they don't know who's ruling the country right now. Nobody does. The only thing that we have right now is Iran's royal guard doing something. And what you got, Bill? What kind of video?
Oh, this is what we really need to do.
This is a moment in time that you actually could remove the filibuster to get funding done, because we are in the middle of a war after all?
Well, we did not have the votes when Democrats were being so obnoxiously obstructionist on just nominations. We didn't have the votes to basically nuke the filibuster on all nominees. But in the end, Democrats were so obnoxious. We had all 53 Republican senators go, yeah, no, we need to start, confirming nominees just 50 votes. This may be a moment like that. Okay, I mean, again, it's a legitimate point of view, wanting to maintain the filibuster to, if we're in the minority, to block awful socialist, leftist legislation. But the Senate's already broken enough. We've pretty well eviscerated the filibuster anyway. From my standpoint, rip the Band-Aid off. The Democrats will do it. The Democrats will do it when they get the majority. At a moment of national danger, if Democrats refuse to fund DHS, I would say this would be the time to nuke the filibuster for good.
You think this is a moment in time that you...
Didn't they pass for DHS? I thought they passed it this week. Did the DHS budget pass?
I just now got you back. I was lost.
Yeah, Trump just signed the DHS on April 30th, so yesterday, ending the record 76 day partial shutdown. The House passed the Senate approval measures via voice vote. What the fuck? You should be providing funding for agencies and TSA and Coast Guard, but leaving out funding for immigration enforcements. Still. Okay, the reason why I was
They didn't get any of the demands they wanted.
no.
But it still pissed off that we didn't get our side anything really through.
I don't care about it.
pissed
Our
me off.
side. I don't care about our side, their side bullshit. These people,
That's all it is right now.
it is bullshit because here's the thing, it's talking points and they just want to have a fucking talking point. And I'm talking about Republicans and Democrats both. Okay, they just want to have talking points. Oh, the Democratic side are preventing these workers from getting paid. And Democratic side was like, oh, we're trying to stop fascism. Listen, these people have been promised a paycheck for the job they're doing. And here's a strange thing. Outlaw sanctuary cities. And I've been saying this since this topic has been going on. Sanctuary cities is the problem. Because you're not supposed to know ICE is even in your neighborhood. You know why? Because they're not supposed to be in the neighborhood. They pick up these people. They have to find these people. The way they find them is they usually get arrested. Okay? They go in and they snatch them from this jail. So it's not that city's problem anymore. It's a federal problem. It's out of the hands of cities. Guess what? The city doesn't have to pay taxes on that person for being in that jail cell. Although they do get off whatever the crime is. I mean, they could murder somebody or I don't know, be mentally ill and stab somebody on a bus, even though that wasn't an immigrant, or they just raped somebody. You know, they'll just let them off. So ICE doesn't get them at the jail. It's totally understandable. That's why I think, if anything, they need to pass a law that says anybody harboring a sanctuary city, they're arrested. Mayor and freaking down the line. If you follow the orders, because there's some officers that do their job. Guess what? Because they're in a sanctuary city and they stopped the person, they arrested them and handed it over ICE. Guess what happened to that person? They were arrested. Ask to change the immigration policies, because I voted Republican side, but I still think the freaking immigration laws are ridiculously stupid.
90 billion euro?
Yes.
And the reason why I think they're ridiculously stupid, because it literally takes thousands of dollars. And I think the quickest I've ever seen is 14 years to get a citizenship. I've talked to people that the only like fast track you can do is get in the military. You're still in line, but you're serving the country that you want to come into. I'll look it up right now. How long does it take to get a citizenship to the United States? Oh, wow. Natural citizenship process times average 5.5 to 14 months from application. I seriously doubt that. I've seen so many of them that is taking years to process.
I know when I was living in Arlington, I think The Cuban American was 8 years for his sister, I think he said.
Yeah. It's like however, this follows a mandatory 3 or 5 year green card holding period. So yeah, it takes a while. See, that's the you have to have residency for 5 years as a permanent residence, or 3 years if married to a U.S. citizen is required before applying. So I can understand, but why is it taking that long? It's taking like 8 years for the whole process. And even people in Trump's administration saying, yeah, we have to redo the laws. We can't, we're just following the laws. JD Vance even said it during the his nomination speech. But I'm just hoping one day they can get, because there's so many people that are hardworking that live in the United States that are working their ass off, but as soon as you go ICE, they run away. And I think that you should have, and I hate to agree with this, and this is a stupid thing, and I know the reason why people will say, "Oh, that's horrible," because they can get work visas, and there's places down on the border of Texas that you can cross just walking across. Just set up a border there, border patrol, have verification that, hey, I'm going to go to this job. Here's my work visa, and boom, you can take. I mean, I would be upset that they're taking money back. Hell, I had a coworker recently when he retired. He said, I'm just going to go back to Mexico and live my life there, which he's living hopefully a good life. But anyways,
Was he Hispanic?
no, he was German.
Oh, because if you actually want to become a citizen of Mexico, it's complicated. You've got to be self-sufficient. You've got to have a lot of money or a good paying job.
He was Mexican.
Ah, okay.
He got his citizenship in the United States, and he worked up our facility for a while. Then he retired. So,
Time for random video.
all right, it better be quick. And it's
Where's my money? 90 billion euro?
Yes, we promised.
Let's go.
Sure, after you.
We are out of fuel. Then stop. Fill it.
We don't have money.
Hello, Zelensky.
Yes, Mr. Merce?
Zelensky, can you send us 100 euro for fuel?
Sorry, I can't.
all right. Well, anyways, tonight's a short episode, and guess that's it for tonight. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys that all stayed with us. I'm David Dickerman.
And I'm Wild William.
All right, everybody. Have a good week.
Good night.